maybe your department or another department, I don't know. That's thinking of that in terms of how can we provide accommodations to those students who have young children and can struggle going to class. And I don't want to take up too much additional time, and I know that that's not really a question you can answer right now, but I would love to be kept in the loop about ways that the graduate office or other stakeholders are looking, what things they're actively trying to do to help improve that accommodation. Because as far as my experience is concerned, you can't really get accommodations unless you have postpartum depression. And I feel like that's kind of limiting to students who have to be with their nursing babies every couple of hours, and that's hard to have a fully on-campus academic career. So anyways, that was my concern, and I'd love to just be kept in contact with anyone who's kind of creatively looking for, solutions.
Yeah, there's kind of two parts to what you've posed. One is, like a pre-COVID versus post-COVID. So pre-COVID, at the graduate level, the kind of the business model has always been a face-to-face, in-class, on-campus model. And I think what you're hinting at is there a move to say, well, we've now done distance learning, remote learning, so can we just recalibrate and make sure that we offer that going forward post-COVID, which would, alleviate a lot of issues, parents having to stay home with their kids. If they can do it remotely, then that would be a good accommodation. So at the outset, there are discussions about, like pre-COVID versus post, and, how can we recalibrate? Obviously, there are discussions with regards to online remote learning ongoing. At the undergraduate level, those kind of developments had already been in the works. Obviously, there's independent study, there's BYU Online. At the graduate level, it hasn't progressed as quickly as the undergrad, just because there's a lot of pushback where there's a lot of programs that would say, well, our discipline is very research oriented, and that we have to have labs or, this face-to-face interaction. So the long distance or remote learning it doesn't mesh well with our discipline. Having said that, there's other disciplines or programs that are saying, like I think about our business programs or our professional programs that are saying, we've been waiting for this kind of opportunity for a long time, and they're really eager to get that up and running. When you look at other institutions, like I mentioned, their business models are not the same as BYU, and so there's a lot of for-profit institutions that are saying, we've done this for a long time and it's worked well. And now that we're in this COVID environment where everybody is having to do that, it is working. So there's a lot of conversations that are happening. Add into that mix the accommodation or the concern with childcare. That's definitely a valid point. So I guess all I can say is, yes, there are conversations that are happening with regards to childcare. There's additional conversations that are happening. How that kind of pans out, we're yet to find out. So thank you for raising that, though.